Next, the lovely Marylee Stephenson.
I can come along with Dex, but I can't sing it, so you're not exposed to that tonight. But I want to tell you a story. Can you hear me? All right, let me try this. It does. Is that any better? Is that any better?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, all right, now I can hear myself. When you're my age, or anybody over 65, you have one big worry, right? And that is dementia. Like, every time you forget something, you say, oh, fuck, it's coming on. I can't remember that. And so when we do social things, and I go to social things, like, nobody talks anymore. If they're 65 plus, all they're doing is crossword puzzles, right? And so they're open and like it won't happen. And what they want and what we want is, of course, neuroplasticity. You want your brains to be able to change and grow with time. But I can't do Sudoku and crossword puzzles bore me to death. So what I decided was, here I am, you know, modest, senior income, occasional contracts. What I should do is get a job, you know, a little structure in life. And so I thought, what can a person who's 72 with a PhD, what kind of work can you get? Well, there's Home Depot, of course. Walking up that aisle. And then it hit me. I was in this Wild Birds Unlimited store. And I love it. If you've ever been in those little stores and, you know, they sell every kind of thing to do with birds, and I'm a birder. Been all my life. Written a book on the Galapagos, you know, like, I got some expertise. So I think, I'll go for a job there. And, you know, like, they were looking for someone. It's on the North Shore. And I figure out, you know, how to write a resume for this. And I go for my job interview. Fascinating. The man says to me, tell me an experience of excellence in customer service. You know, and I don't want to look dumb at this point, but I'm thinking, you know, I never thought of it that way. And the only thing I could think of was, I said, well, I was on a bus the other day, and a person got on with one of the, you know, the motorized wheelchair things. And the bus driver was so nice. He stopped everything. He made people clear the way. He helps the guy. He's totally patient. Straps him in, all this stuff. And I said, it was so wonderful. He was so good to the man. And the fellow interviewing me says, yeah, well, that's a good example of customer service, but what about retail? And I said, okay, once I had a job in a bookstore, okay? And I thought if it was in a bookstore, it would be about books. But it's not. All they wanted you to do was direct everybody to the table where they got the most markup, and that was it. There was no discussion. And I said, I have to be frank, I was not great with the cash register. You know, it was not my strength. And he said, oh, well, he said, we're not here to create failure. And I thought, here's this guy giving me all these HR cliches, but like he means them. You know, it was kind of wonderful. So I got the job. I got the job. Yes, I just and I mean, talk about neuroplasticity and learning, okay? There are like 15 different kinds of bird seed, and it's all color-coded, and it's all mixed. Each one is a little bit different. I think it's called market segmentation. Each one is a little different, and I'm thinking, how am I going to keep up with this, you know? And then don't even get me started on the suet cakes. Okay, just incredible. And they had all kinds of other chocolates, just every kind of thing. And once again, I mean, I'm okay with that. I can talk with somebody, and if you don't come near the binoculars, you will walk out with the Bible, okay? And so all of that I was fine with. But there was the cash register, but you know, they're not cash registers, right? It's not like you push something and a drawer comes out and you give people, no. It's another computer. And while I may have one Twitter account, 3 websites, and 3 Facebooks, I still have a lot of trouble with computers. And And so I say to the, I mentioned it to the guy. He said, no. He said, you can teach somebody any kind of technical thing, but you can't teach them a smile. Once again, one of those wonderful cliches. And the people I worked with were fantastic. They'd say things like, oh no, it took me 3 months to learn that. I mean, it's been 6 months, right, for me, but no, it took me 3 months. And everything, they'd say, no, it happens all the time. They'd say, oh, this computer's always doing that. It was wonderful. So I kept learning, I keep learning. I also learned a little bit of patience, because while people are very nice, there's every once in a while a customer comes in, I like to think of them as clients, comes in, and they have had a bad day, or they're just assholes, right? And so, yes, that's exactly it. You want to kill them. They deserve it, or else you want their seed to go bad on them or something. That's say the bird seed. And so what I've had to learn is not just patience, but not to try to top them and make clever little remarks, because all my life's been dependent on clever little remarks. But you can't, because what if they don't come back? You might lose your job, or just, so that's good. And the other thing I've learned is that I can learn. I mean, like that, I can learn all kinds of new things. And the neuroplasticity, which I don't believe in at all, is happening, right? And so every day and everything like that, learn, remember. So it's a good experience, but I just wish I could remember the password for my laptop. Thank you.